Thank you, Presiding Officer. I'm pleased to be able to speak and welcome today's debate during the Food and Drink Fortnight. Scotland's food and drink industry is vital to the rural economy, as the Cabinet Secretary has mentioned, and I'm delighted to welcome the Scottish Government's ambitious plan to expand it further. Building a brand Scotland is key to achieving that aim. Many people are becoming increasingly aware of how important provenance, sustainability and country of origin label are to the industry. This issue was raised with me by NFU leadership again this summer. And in my South Scotland region, we have outstanding local produce such as Galloway beef and the award-winning cheese at the Ethical Dairy. Ethical Dairy has gained much publicity this week due to their practice of keeping calves with their mothers. And this week, Marie Goujon agreed to visit Ethical Dairy, and I can also help support and encourage other engagement with many of the other dairy farmers who wish to share their different on-farm practices. Additionally, I can speak about Loch Ryan oysters from Stranraer, which I'm pleased to be celebrating along with the Minister this weekend at the Stranraer Oyster Festival. Members might be surprised to learn that in Dumfries and Galloway, Garacher Tea Garden is growing and blending tea, and Professor Pod and Galloway Chilies are both growing chilies and making jam, chutneys, marinades and salad mixes. Our award-winning dairy produce is wide-ranging, from amazing ice cream to specialist cheeses and yoghurt, and not to forget the world-famous Ayrshire tatties. The food and drink producers from farm to fork in the South West are extremely talented and innovative people who make an invaluable contribution to the local economy. And this includes Station House Cookery School in Kirkcudbright, as he's trying to engage people in getting around the table and cooking their meals. All these businesses should be supported and celebrated. I regularly attend and buy local products at the Dumfries Farmers Market, which was recently awarded £5,000 from the Scottish Government's Regional Food Fund. The SNP government is to be credited for helping make Scotland's food and drink industry what it is today. With the industry turnover increased by 44% since 2007, it's great that exports have increased by 56%, reaching over £6 billion last year. Our manufacturing growth rate for food and drink is twice that of the UK, and key to unlocking the £30 billion potential of the sector is supporting the workforce. Our fishermen, farmers, growers, pickers and all those working in our agricultural sector need to be supported. I spent the summer recess visiting farms, attending agricultural events and speaking to farmers at the front line. I found that the future of staffing on many of the dairy farms is a huge concern. I have issues with the seasonal workers that are in our country, and the UK Government has a commitment to add 2,500 seasonal agricultural workers, but that doesn't address the full-time workers on our dairy farms. They're not seasonal, they live here and they're part of our rural community. That's why it is so important to have an immigration bill that's devolved to Scotland so we can do what we have to do with our own growers, pickers and dairy farm workers. As we face the hard and worrying realities of the Tory Brexit, we must do everything possible to support our rural industries to become more sustainable and resilient. 69% of Scotland's overseas food and exports go to the EU. And I'd like to touch on briefly Donald Cameron's statement about what Secretary of State David Mundell said at committee last week. I sit in that committee, and David Mundell said that he is determined to achieve support of PGI. But the very day before, when George Holmbury, the Trade Minister, was at committee, he said there are several other products that we'd like to protect that just don't have sufficient market penetration to warrant GI status in the market. The GI issue is not particularly straightforward. These are not the same reassuring words of the Secretary of State. I would think the UK Government needs to maybe actually talk to each other and decide what's the best way to support our PGI. Presiding Officer, I would like to conclude by saying I echo the concerns of the industry over support post-Brexit, and therefore encourage the Scottish Government to continue to press for the best possible outcome for our farm-to-fork businesses.